Right. On this one, there's not a whole lot to look at other than there. All right, you can actually see those. Then you can go right here, and you can really see the trachea. So you can see those little white cartilages, right? Wow. Yeah, then you pull this to the side, and then the tube that's behind there, that one right there, is the esophagus. All right. So this one is the right lobe. That's the right superior lobe, right middle lobe, and right inferior lobe of the lung. So all this is the lung. It is protected by the thoracic cavity here, which has the parietal pleura, and then over here you can see a small smidget of the visceral. So right there, like that. Alright, so that one right there. Alright, so on the left side you have this little bit of an arch right there, and that's that cardiac notch. Alright, so on the cat, they actually have 3 lobes. Humans only have 2 lobes on the left. Alright, so they have the superior, the middle, and the inferior on the left. But this is very different on the human. Human only has 2.
Do we have 3 on our right?
3 on the right. Yes. Alright, then we have the diaphragm. And here's that esophagus that I told you. That goes right through the diaphragm, right there, through the liver, right? So this little, you know, the underneath, what is that ligament? That
Frenulum.
Frenulum, yes. Underneath your tongue, it's the same concept. All right, it basically connects this diaphragm to the liver. So the frenulum does the same thing. It basically keeps it in that shape. You also have a front one too. Can't remember what that is. It's on the right over in your lip. Yes. And you can, and if it's too long, they actually just clip it, you know, because it prevents your front teeth from coming down. So it's the same thing, same concept. This little ligament keeps the diaphragm in place with the liver. So this gives you the mid-sagittal line. So this side is the right lobe. So this whole entire thing is the right lobe right there of the liver. And then, and this is our right medial lobe. And then if you go to the side, to the posterior side, you have the right lateral, and that's the caudate, that triangular shape. Alright, so this is the caudate lobe, that's the right lateral lobe. And then on the left medial, this is the left medial, and this is the left lateral. Huge. Alright, so this is actually split, but if you look on the side, it's not split all the way up. Alright, this in between there is your gallbladder. So right there is that gallbladder. It's just a little notch, and that stores the bile.
Is it colored?
Not on this one. It's very fleshy color. Yeah. Yeah. And then this is the stomach. On the stomach, you have a greater curvature and the lesser curvature of the stomach. So this is the greater omentum because it comes off the greater curvature. And then this little bit of amount of fat is a lesser omentum. So then the stomach goes into the duodenum. So this is the duodenum. Alright. And then if we pull all this omentum up, like so, and pull the stomach up, and then move the large intestine there, you can see this unusual texture right there. Okay, that right there is the pancreas. So this is the tail, and this is the body part of the pancreas. So yeah, and it has an unusual texture. And then in your lab, on the picture, it actually shows the spleen. So that's the spleen, which is immunity. You guys are actually talking about that right now. Yeah. So this is the spleen that removes all the old red blood cells. So that's part of the immune system. And then,
My video ran out of space.
Uh-oh. All right, so large intestine is large in diameter. So that's a big difference right there, right? And then small intestine is small in diameter. So if you look here, that's the diameter of the small intestine. So this is the large, this is the small. The small intestine is all connected through the mesentery. So all this white webbing with the mesenteric artery running through that. Right? So that's the mesentery. And then I think you have to know the last section of the small intestine. So this right here is the ileum, because it leads into the large intestine. So this right here is the cecum. This right here is the large intestine, and then this area where it actually curves off, that's the sigmoid colon.
And how can you tell that it's bleeding from the small intestine to the large intestine? Is there like a...
There is actually a valve right there, and you can feel the valve, but you can actually see the difference in the diameter of those. Yeah. So you have to know the ileum, the cecum, and the cecum is only just a small portion of the large intestine. And if you look on the human, you can see that where the cecum is. And then on the human, off the cecum is the appendix. And the appendix is used for digesting cellulose. So on humans, they call it a vestigial organ, because it's getting smaller because we don't eat cellulose. But if you look at a cow appendix, it's humongous.
What's cellulose? Like, where do you get it from?
Plant products like corn and grass. You know, we don't eat very much of that. But we do eat corn.